what do? They got more money. They're not spending an hour a day trying to take care of the water. The girls aren't walking to distant places and having risk, and all that stuff. We have the gang activity stops. I mean, because
Right.
people have totally changed their life.
This episode of Grounded in Maine is sponsored by ESG Review. ESG Review magazine is published quarterly in February, May, August, and November and is available for free in print and digital formats. ESG Review is devoted to environmental, social, and governance strategies, technologies, and investments. ESGreview.net is updated every Wednesday with 8 new stories and is home to feature articles, news items, and more. Visit esgreview.net to stay informed and help us spark the collaboration and awareness needed to develop sustainable economies and communities around the world.
There's a place where there's no trouble, no more pain, no more struggle.
Grounded in Maine podcast is an open conversation about how we show up for the world. I started this podcast out of a desire to learn new ways to be sustainable because the word sustainability is big. It can be overwhelming, and I just wanted to learn, different ways to try to be part of the solution and not feel like it's too late. So I'm talking to people who are doing different things and learning so much. I hope you are too.
Of use filters.
Hi there. Thank you so much for listening to Grounded in Maine today. My name is Amy Bolduck, and my guest today is Kurt Avery, who is the CEO of the Sawyer Products business and also has a book, but the products that he's offering are super, super cool. Kurt, thank you so much for being here today. I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
Well, thank you for letting me be here. Great.
Absolutely. And so you have some really great stories because Sawyer Products has been around for, you said 41 years?
Correct.
A little
I was
bit.
much younger when we started.
Right. A little, yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Uh so the products that you are offering, you have like a sunscreen first aid, but you said also like a bug repellent or insect repellent, pest
We are
repellent.
the highest tech, we're all the military will use, both on the skin and on the clothes. So everything we put out the door has to be the highest technology in its application for anything. We won't sell any second level products. So yeah, our repellents are way beyond what you would normally get at a grocery store or whatever. So
Wow.
we appeal to the people that really need it, that are going to be out in the woods for weeks and stuff like that. So and military, obviously.
Right.
And it's the last, but it also has to be gentle because they're going to wear it every day, or we treat their clothes. And so techie stuff.
Yeah, really, I mean, really high tech stuff. And so now you also have a water filtration system, which is this is like a game changer for you. You were just telling me some stories about you said that you sent did you say 100,000 to
For, up to Tennessee and North Carolina for Helene, yeah.
yeah,
And it was pretty cool because we're networked with the hiking community. So we had filters flew up there very next day. People were flying them up there. And the hiking community would hike them up to where nobody else could get.
right. Can't get
So
your
and you can
vehicle.
just drink the water at your feet. So it's a different technology. We've kind of reinvented. These are called point of use filters. So we're not under the sinks or anything like that. This is when you're hiking, dip it in the river, and we make all that water safe to drink.
Right. And how is it like I know of the filtrations like it's like an is it ultraviolet or infrared?
No, it's very similar to kidney dialysis filters. So it's a little hose, and it's a U-shaped hose, and it's so small. The holes in there are 170th times smaller than the diameter of your hair. And that's the largest hole.
Oh,
Yeah, it's mind-boggling stuff. But that's well used. That's technology been around for a long time. But what's unique about ours is we have two things. One, we're the only ones that go zero point 0.1 absolute, which means we guarantee you no hole size is greater than zero point 0.1. because there's no thing that's going to make you sick that's smaller than 0.1. So we will get out everything that can make you sick, except viruses, but they're not in the water anyways.
Right.
They're airborne and body fluids. But and then secondly, ours are so tough that you can perpetually clean them. So it never wears out. This filter, if you take care of it 10, 20 years, we have some that have been out there now for 16 years working every day for families in Honduras. So nobody can match those. And we test every filter 3 times to make sure it is what we say it is. And
3 times.
we
Wow.
stand alone. Yeah, we reinvented the whole category and we stand alone. Nobody can match us.
Right. And you said you're number one in camping, in the camping
Oh,
world.
by far. Yeah. And the water filtration by far. Yeah.
Okay. And so you started off with the sunscreen and the, is it pest or insect repellent? Repellent.
Insect
Anyway.
repellents. Yeah.
Okay. And you said that it was just the two of those for the first 25 years.
Well, we had the snake bite kit is actually how we started it, the
Right.
extractor, which is still in the stores today after 41 years. So it was a little pump, a reverse pump, and it just sucks the venom out of a snake bite or a bee sting or mosquito bite or anything.
Oh, it works. Oh, mosquito bite.
Yeah, any bite.
Wow. Would it work for ticks? Just curious.
Well, you don't want to use it for ticks because it would blow the tick out, but then you might leave the head in there. So ticks are easy. They only breathe every 15 minutes, so you can sneak up on them and just pull them out with a tweezer very gently and slowly. You want to pull them out. You don't want them to exit on their own because then they'll shoot all their body fluids into you. So ticks are really easy to take care of, but of course we make sure you don't get the tick bite. So because
With the
we'll treat your
repellent.
clothes. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
kill the tick before it can embed.
I just learned something new. They only breathe every 15 minutes.
Yeah, very slow metabolism.
I think that's the same for a sloth, right? Or maybe the sloth is even more.
I don't want to tangle with a sloth. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. But so you said that, you were kind of on the quiet side just for camping and stuff, but then you got hooked up with the military and things
Yeah,
really grew.
during the first Gulf War, we did all the sunscreens, like 6 million bottles of sunscreen. And it's the book that tells you the whole story. We were making 2,000, hand filling 2,000 sunscreens a day, and the order came out for 200,000 a week. And we had 3 weeks to get there, but we did. We
Hand
got
filling.
hand filling. Yeah, we were just getting in. I'd only shipped 2 cases.
Well, because
And
that was like early 90s, late 80s. That was late
the
80s,
first
early
one was, yeah, 90,
Yeah.
August of 1990. And so we got it and we fulfilled it. It was by the grace of God, we were able to pull that one off. And then for the second Gulf War, we did the insect repellents.
And so they didn't want sunscreen for that one?
They learned that mom will send it to them. So they didn't buy sunscreens. They just
Okay.
said, Mom, send your kid off with sunscreens.
Okay. That's really wild. I mean, and what a windfall for you. My goodness.
Yeah.
And so then you came up with the water filtration system. Or was it at the same time or was it after that? Like you were focused
No,
for a while.
it's in the book. The way you build a business is you have good products and then you would sit down with the customers. We would spend all day in an REI store from 10 in the morning to 10 at night
Wow.
and just listen. What else can we do for you? So you build your business on your existing customers. What else can we do for you?
Mhm.
And water was obviously a big problem. It took us about 5 years to settle on this technology. But when we finally got in, um, people were using ceramic filters, matrix filters, and it was 70,000 units a year. We do millions now. I mean, so it just changed it because these things are light. They weigh 2, 3 ounces and they never wear out. So it's so easy to take with you on camping that we just took over the camping market.
That's incredible. And I mean, what a gift that is for people that like to be outside. That's like the biggest danger other
It's
than
huge.
the
Yeah.
bugs that make you sick. But between those two, that's got to be well, and maybe falling or being attacked.
Well, we use the old phrase that half the world dies of either a mosquito bite or bad water.
Yeah,
So, I sat down and said, God, why don't we just go solve that? And of course, he said, yeah, that would be me, but you can do, here's your part.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We invented mosquito net things, the treatments that everybody has when they use a mosquito net in Africa and whatever. We're the ones that actually invented that treatment process. Other people use it now. It's not proprietary, but yeah, we've been on the cutting edge for a long time.
My goodness. And can you tell us what these filters cost?
Oh, they're very inexpensive. You can if you go to the retail market with all the bells and whistles and the pouches and all that kind of stuff, they can go anywhere from 19.99 up to maybe $50, depending on how complicated of a system you want with big bladders and whatnot. But as far as international, they're all under 20 bucks because they don't need all that
You
other
don't need all
stuff.
the
They
fancy.
just, I mean, you can just take and screw this on a bottle and just pick a bottle up off the ground, put water in it, and they'll be clean. I don't care where you get the water from. Doesn't matter if the cows are pooping in it or whatnot, we make it safe.
That's amazing. Wow. And so you said you can just screw it onto the top of a bottle of water?
Yeah, the
Or a
number
bottle?
one way it's used on the Appalachian Trail is on top of a smart water bottle because it fits in their little carrier. Um,
Yeah.
you can do gravity systems for large bunches of water overnight and whatnot. There are different ways to use it, but the number one way is, and the lowest cost way is just screw it on a bottle and drink.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. And so I'm really curious if you don't mind telling the story, Kurt, of how like I mean you had another life before Sawyer Products, but what caused you to create these products and to start this business?
Yeah, I got my MBA at Northwestern. I was kind of recognized as a hot shot there and got some really good jobs. At one time, two of my bosses were on the cover of Forbes magazine as the top 5 businessmen. So, and I worked up through the consumer part of it with, weed eater and Poland chainsaws and Skill power tools. Did some pretty good. They would send me to a division to fix it, and decide what to do with it and that kind of stuff, troubleshooting. And then I did some pretty cool stuff and standing outside my president's office, I listened to him take credit for absolutely everything I ever did. Didn't even throw me a bone. Mentioned that I did some of the analytics that doubled their profits. Um, so I said, I see how this works. So we're gonna go out and we'll start this ourselves. I actually started Sawyer with Gale Sayers, the football player.
Oh
So
wow.
that's an interesting story itself. Um, but a friend of mine from Northwestern had come across the product from France called the extract. We called it the extractor. It's a suction device. It's a reverse syringe, if you will, and it sucks out the venom from rattlesnake bites or mosquitoes or bee stings or whatever. So I said, yeah, we're going to start with that. And it went out. It's in every camping department, still out there, still in Walmart today, 40 years later. So that was the core. And then you got to build on that. You can't be a one product wonder. So we would sit in the stores and explain all this stuff. And what else you need? What else do you need? There's a whole chapter in the book about how you build your company by your existing customers. And so, okay, they needed sunscreen. Yeah, okay, they needed insect repellents. Okay, they needed water filters. So one by one, we knocked it off with the most advanced technology. So we just listened and solved their problems. And so here we are today with premier products and a very, very strong following. We have a very loyal base.
Right. Well, and I assume, well, so you were telling me before we started recording, not only that you've got like super awesome employees, and when you are going overseas because you do that as a charity, right?
Right. We work with 140 charities. So we're in 80 countries. We're in North Korea and Yemen and Gaza and you name it, we're there.
Right.
Uh, but we work with the charities. And one of our mantras is we want to hire locals. We don't want to be, sending gringos over there to take jobs. So when we do these big projects, sometimes we'll go in and we'll do a whole country
Hmm.
or we'll do a whole village. Some of these are like, 100,000 distributions and 150,000 distributions that take years because you have to make sure they change behavior. So you really spend a lot of time teaching people.
Hmm.
We hire locals.
Hmm.
We always want to create, local jobs.
Right. Yeah, 80 countries. My goodness. And I love that you're creating jobs in other places even and keep, so people aren't losing their jobs here. They're, for you anyway, they have very good jobs with you, but then
They
you're
do.
also employing people all over the world, which is so awesome. So could you tell the story about Christmas Island that you were just telling me? Such a great
Well,
story.
we've done 5 countries border to border now, even a big one like Libya, but we've done the Ring of Fire quite a bit, Fiji and some of those down there. There's one island called Christmas Island, and these things are hard to get because, you call it a country, but it's really 200 islands, and
Right.
people live all over the place. So it takes a while to get there, but we just finished it. So everybody in Christmas Island has clean water now. But what was amazing, these filters, they cost less than 20 bucks. Depending, and we have 4 different systems. So some of them you need a bucket, some of them you just screw on a bottle, whatever. So we put they had 2 fishing camps. And so we put one filter in each fishing camp. And each fishing camp, which brings the tourist in, some real world-class fishing there, they would have to buy bottled water for their staff and for the tourist. And they would buy 35,000 bottles of water a year
Mm.
at $1 a piece. And we replaced all of that with one $20 filter. And now the sad part is now they have all these bottled water. Well, they used to, they don't have it now. They burn them because they have no place to get rid of them. Because these are small islands. So you think about
Right.
burning
Where's
up
that
with
all
all
going to
that
go?
all that stuff that's in there, the toxic stuff in the bottles, and they're just burning them off because they don't have any place for them. So you talk about solving a problem. I
Yeah.
mean, we saved them for 20 bucks. We saved them 35,000 a year and gave them a lot of extra work days because they were sick. The guides were sick. So I forgot we had 150 extra work days a year just because they're not sick. The
Yeah.
staff.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, and they don't have to deal with that waste, so they're not breathing in that
Right.
toxic chemicals as well. My gosh, that's like over the top. I mean, and for $20.
Right.
$20 a filter. My gosh.
The other part around the world is we eliminate the need to boil water because you just
Yeah.
run it through the filter.
Oh, that was the other
But
thing. Yeah. So the wood
yeah,
trees.
so we've calculated that each filter properly used can save up to 200 trees a year or equivalent fossil fuels because they're not boiling. You can just drink it now. It's huge. So we jokingly call ourselves the greenest product on the planet, but I don't know how many other $20 wipes out can save 200 trees.
I would say if not the most, it's got to be in the top five
It's
or
got to
10.
be up there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
So we wipe out the
who believes that?
sickness,
But
takes about 2 weeks and the whole village is healthy. Babies aren't dying because third of the babies often die because of bad water, but now they're not dying because they don't have bad water. Their brains come alive. They have clean water. They can start businesses. We hear stories of people, they can cook food now, but they couldn't because they didn't have clean water. So now they have businesses going. They go to work more. The kids can go to school more. We increase school attendance by 20, 30% or something like that because nobody said, just think about living where you get diarrhea once a month and then all of a sudden never again.
right.
I mean, there's no diapers over there, folks.
Oh my goodness. Right.
Uh,
And so you had told me like a million babies didn't
Well,
did
well, I'm sure we've saved more than that, but we figure at least 100,000 a year. We get clean water to anywhere from 2 to 5 million people a year for the first time ever.
Mm,
Never had clean water before. It's total life changing. I mean, it just absolutely changed. And we're doing some studies now in Honduras. What does the women do? The women are the water keepers. Well, what do? They got more money. They're not spending an hour a day trying to take care of the water. The girls aren't walking to distant places and having risk, and all that stuff. We have the gang activity stops. I mean, because
right.
people have totally changed their life. 20% more income. And we just did a study in Mexico. It took a village and um, they got more resources now. I mean, it's game changer. So we're hoping to go to the next level here in the next year or two. I mean, we got some people now that we've proven all this, and all this is published in medical journals. So that's why we do a lot of research and make sure we have all the pieces of the puzzle. And now we just moved into the next level. So
Wow.
hopefully, well,
So
not.
what, yeah, what is next? I mean, I know you said next level, but is that like bigger countries
Yeah.
or just like expanding the number, like increasing the number of filters that you make?
Well, the NGOs aren't the answer for massive distribution because they have an agenda, and rightly so. Their passion is in it. So they're there to mix with the people and, whatever it is, medicine. The three things you need is water, medicine, or food. Those are the three ways that you build your charity on. And they have their own mission, so and that's fine, that's great. But if you want to do masses, you have to move to another level. So what we've done is we've put QR codes on each filter. Every filter is unique QR code, so we can tell you within 3 inches in the world where it is. If you just scan it, we'll tell you its history. We can measure the things. We usually ask questions. How often are you sick? How much money you spend. So we can show the metrics on the improvements.
Mhm.
And then we can locate these things with GIS. And now we have a help desk animations in 18 languages, how to install, how to maintain, what's basic health things, wash your hands, get your
Yeah.
fecal matter away from the village and that kind of stuff. And now we have WhatsApp, so we can actually forward out to them, did you clean your filter today? Or, do you have any issues that you need to talk to us about and stuff like that. So now that we have all that in place, we're not a filter anymore, we're a whole system.
Yeah,
Because
you
you have
are.
to change behavior. Otherwise, they just go back. So
Right.
we're in the behavior changing business. We have all the tools to do that. So now we have some pretty wealthy people saying, okay, let's go do countries. And like literally tomorrow, I have my international person is with the president of Honduras, the vice president, and the minister of health. We're literally having a meeting with Honduras, and we're saying, let's just do all of Honduras.
Yeah.
We've already got a lot of charities in there. OAS, Organization of American States, are ready to do this. We just got to find. We donate a lot of money, but this is a bigger project than we can handle by ourselves. But yeah, we have the solution. So why not? I mean, we can make that whole country 20% richer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I was just thinking as you were telling the story, like it's not like you have to go back to these countries once you've been there. Like you've been there and you teach them and you provide them the filter and they don't need your services. I mean, they don't have to they don't
Yeah,
have to change the filter or, anything like that. They just have to wash it off.
you have to clean it. Yeah. Well, that's
And then you move
ironically,
on.
you point out one of the people say, we are not a consumable part. So are selling it to the US market, once you got one, you got one, and they tend to have two, there's different types or
Like
whatever.
Maytag, right?
Yeah.
Used to
Yeah,
be.
so we don't have any planned obsolescence. So,
Yeah, exactly.
but overseas, that's fine. There's a big enough market. So, but we do fine. Um, but no, it's incredible actually for us.
That's gotta feel really, really good. I mean, you're doing okay financially. You're taking care of people, but like you're literally saving lives.
We get videos back that'll just choke you up.
Mhm.
You're not just saving lives, you're changing lives. I mean, they are not, just think of, you have to live with diarrhea in the house every week because you got four people, they get it once a month.
Right.
Okay.
Just pass
So
it around.
it never goes away and you never have enough money to do something else. And then, you know, it's so life changing. It's more than just saving the life. It's just the quality of life
Hmm.
radically changes. We are in slums where they literally close down the medical clinics because there's no customers anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We have villages where the gang violence has just stopped because people aren't on edge all the time. There's a village in Kibera outside of Nairobi where 5 years ago you wouldn't dare walk down the street without armed guards, and now you can walk down the street because all the violence has stopped.
People
It's
just are
it's
desperate.
it's
They're not
it's
thinking.
such a life-changing thing. So yeah, but you also feel like you got to do more, you know. I mean, it's like it's a big world, you know, and you're helping so many people, but there's so many more.
Yeah. I mean,
We're,
that's a
we're
lot of
hoping,
pressure.
yeah, our dream is that maybe with 5 or 10 years from now, we're like the cell phone where everybody has one. And we don't make money on it. Everything overseas is, you know, lost for us. We don't care. So yeah, I think it'll get to where everybody just has one. Why not?
Right. I love that you've developed the technology on top of the product, to
Right.
teach people and in their language. And even if it's not in their language, like you said the animation and now you have the like reminders. And that's just it's so important.
Yeah. You can watch the animations and not know that language, but it takes us only 2 weeks to put a new language into the animations. So like Brazil wanted it. So within 2 weeks, it was all in Portuguese, you know, so we don't care. Just any dialect, we'll get it there in 2 weeks.
That's incredible. Wow, Kurt.
It's fun. We're having some fun.
I just love it. I mean, yeah, I was talking to someone last night. I was like, how do people sleep at night when they're, these um we were talking about fashion and that the people that are creating these fast fashion pieces that are, made of petroleum and have all the chemicals to hold the dyes and stuff like that and like how do people sleep at night? But then, then I talked to you the very next day and I'm like, you must sleep like a baby.
I wish, but
So
you know,
good.
speaking of all your chemicals, our next thing we're solving this summer is we're going to teach people how to get the forever chemicals out of their water.
Oh, stop it. You're kidding.
No, because we
When I
we
asked you
do all
why,
the biologicals.
you didn't say that.
Yeah. So what happens, and I wish we had done it sooner, but we didn't get to it. But we're going to teach people how to make their own activated charcoal, either out of wood or coconut. There's coconut shells all over the world. And with it, but you have to know when and how to do it to make your own activated charcoal. So that study will be done by September. And then we'll empower anybody who wants to make their own to take pesticides or lead or fluoride or whatever out of the water. They
Wow.
do it themselves. And so we have to get it to where it's teachable,
Mm-hmm.
but we will. They've been waiting for it a long time because most places don't have that, but it's coming.
Yeah. Do you have a whole team of scientists?
Oh, never do it inside. That's one lesson I learned at GE. Never do the science in-house because you'll be limited by what they know. So we hired all out. We use a lot of universities and yeah, we do state-of-the-art research at the same time. So we're creating the Sawyer Water Institute up at one of the colleges, and we're teaching them. I do have a very sharp engineer. We're teaching them how to do state-of-the-art science so their students will know. We're empowering the students with how to
Neat.
be able to go out and do all this stuff when they're done too. So no, we don't do it in-house. We hire it out to the experts.
That's huge, though. I mean, to get rid of the forever chemicals.
It's just as simple as burning your wood and adding some stuff to it and everything they can do it themselves. They do, stuff they do all day long. They just don't know how to do it. So yeah, we're excited about that. Um,
My goodness. And you're training the next generation in the colleges.
yeah, we do a lot with the colleges. We send kids out, we send athletes out. I had two colleges that send about 60 athletes a year to go out, roll out the ball, and they will come. So, but I always make them do 1 day of water. They have to install water. We never go out and do projects. You hire the locals to do the painting and building. They need the jobs, not us. But we totally change lives. I mean, because kids go out there and they say, "Oh my gosh, these people are happy, and I got everything, and I'm grumpy. Get over it."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, on top of teaching them skills, you're teaching them like perspective.
Yeah, yeah. So.
That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Um, oh, I love this so much. This is really impressive. And 41 years. I mean, why would you stop doing it? I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
and
good
in
thing going.
fact, yeah, my parents lived a long time. I'm not a young thing anymore, but I probably got another good 10 years left. My brain is still clicking away. I'm the visionary. I got people that I got the greatest staff out there. I got some of the best people in the industry. But Sawyer will, when I do, we call it exit the market as a marketer, either mentally or physically. Sawyer goes into the Sawyer Foundation. So we have the Sawyer Foundation now. So anybody who wants to donate can donate to the foundation. 100% of all external donations go to projects overseas. But eventually, like the Hershey Foundation owns Hershey chocolate, the Sawyer Foundation will own Sawyer products. So we can continue it. We could sell it. I get offers every day, every week, whatever. Why would you sell it? I mean, why? Don't need the money. And the way the book will explain it, how you can maximize your gifts. Purpose of the book is to make your business better. I give you 25 analytical tools that will help you make your business more profitable, more visionary, seeing down the road. I make the phrase, there's no such thing as unintended consequences. You should have seen it coming. Now there are, like COVID was, but generally you should have been able to figure out that when the dominoes fall 5 years from now, this is where it's going to fall. So we teach you how to look ahead and how to do all that. So we make your business more profitable, but then we show you how to avoid taxes legally. We give unto Caesar what is Caesar. I would never mess with the IRS. But we donate filters. I don't have to make money. Because I own 100% of it, Sub S, I don't have to make money. I can do whatever I want. So I intentionally lose money by doing philanthropic work. I can use R&D, I can use promotions, I can use donations. I have ways to burn it off legally. And then what does come afterwards is, because we're Sub S, that's my personal distribution, we give that to the foundation to give away. So I think we would rather decide where this money goes than the IRS. So, and it's always legal. Get yourself a good accountant. Don't do anything illegal. But why can't you do that? Why can't a restaurant open up food banks? Why can't, not just leftover food, but they also get to buy it cheaper too. So if they're very profitable, they can buy a bunch of extra stuff and do it. Plumbers can do plumbing, electricians can fix houses. I mean, there's all kinds of way you can take your skills in your business, and whether it's local or international. I mean, why can't a plumber go down to a foreign country and teach people how to be plumbers? I mean, there's always ways to take your skill set in your business to do more.
Yeah. Okay.
So we want to make you more profitable so you can do more.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what the book's for.
Okay. Got that. Um, this is really incredible, Kurt. I so appreciate you coming and sharing. When I say the word sustainability, what does that mean to you, like personally?
Well, I'm a big believer in the creation, the plant and all that stuff. So we try to minimize our impact on the planet. Obviously, our filters are phenomenal. I mean, like I said, each filter, I mean, each filter can replace burning down 200 trees.
Right.
I mean, that's sustainable. Then you don't have to deforest stuff. You get a lot of these mudslides in Nicaragua because take a look at Haiti versus Dominican Republic. Same island, one is brown, one is green. Why? Because they keep cutting down all the trees to boil water. Well, they don't need to boil it anymore. So, we can totally change it for nothing, for pennies a day.
Yeah.
We can, save the environment. I'm big on that. I mean, we need all the trees we can to clean the air and whatnot. So we're very proud to be part of that.
Wow, that's awesome. And so if somebody is interested in purchasing your filters or anything, the book to learn more about doing good business,
There's the boss.
um, or just to learn more about you and the business, like how can people find you or follow you?
Well, first of all, the book is obviously on Amazon, or you can go to Sawyer.com and buy it. But a lot of stories, a lot of our whole international stories and research and everything's available at Sawyer.com.
Okay.
And if they do want to donate, and all the book proceeds from the book all go to the foundation. And anybody who donates to the foundation, Sawyer covers all the overhead. So any donations go straight to the field. And you could probably even say, well, I want to do Central America, or I want to do Africa, or I want to do Asia. We're everywhere.
Oh, you
We,
can donate and say this is where I'd like that to.
within reason, yeah.
Right.
Or we will give you a charity that's doing it, and you can just donate to the charity. But the foundation is a 501(c)(3), so you will get your tax deduction. Or just ask us who's working in whatever countries, and we'll give you. I mean, we're everywhere.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay. And are you on, I think you're on socials. I think I've got you on Instagram.
yeah, Sawyer is, not me personally.
Yeah, right.
I try to keep a little low profile, but
I got people for that. That's not
yeah,
me.
I have some very talented people for that. So yeah,
Right.
we have quite a big following.
Awesome. Okay. And I will have links in the show notes, you guys. But Kurt, thank you so much again. I feel like you had well, somebody had given a message on your guest form, and I am trying to remember what it was, but off the top of my head, I can't. But I feel like you're just a giver. Like you just, you want people to be happy and healthy, and that's um
Well, there's
yeah.
no U-Hauls in heaven, so I'm not going to take it with you. And I was from the school. I always like made the last check bounce, but we're not going to do the last check. We're going to let the foundation have it. So we're fine. I grew up in farm country in upstate New York, and I don't need anything. So we're good. We're not suffering.
Right.
Especially when you look at the people we work with overseas. I mean, oh my gosh, they have nothing, and they're happier than we are.
Yeah.
So no, we're can't take it with you.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. This is just it's just so heartwarming, and it's such a helpful thing. I mean, to have, whether you're a
Well,
camper
we're
or
having a blast.
can't ask for more than that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay,
Well,
thank you
thanks for the
again.
time.
Absolutely. I'm really grateful for this time. And you guys definitely check out Sawyer.com, okay? Thanks. I just want to take a second to thank my guest again for speaking with me and sharing such great information. I love having these conversations with folks. I also want to thank Buzzsprout for hosting the podcast, for Jane Bolduck and her music genius, for Becca Coffron and her award-winning artwork. And thank you for listening. I appreciate that so much. Please check out the show notes for any links and extra information. And if you would like to follow my guest and find out more about them, I'm sure they would love the follow. And if you don't mind leaving a rating or review wherever you're listening, and just help to get this podcast in front of new eyes, that would be amazing. I would really love that. And feel free to reach out to me on the socials and let me know what you're thinking. And if you would like to be a guest on the podcast, please let me know that. I would love to have a conversation with you about sustainability. All right. Thank you again. I hope you have a great rest of the week.
There'll come a day, my mama told me, when I find love to have and hold me, a heart that's strong and so sincere. Just tell me, how do I get there from here? Oh, tell me, sickness, will heal the hate with sweet forgiveness. wages of war will disappear. Just tell me, how do I get there from here? I wonder, how do I get there from here? Yeah, 'cause here now I'm so far down, and mercy's bound, yeah, to find me. When that state of grace has finally found me, well, there'll be music, ooh, and good friends around me, yeah, yeah. And I'll just smile through happy tears and wonder,